Hello children, hope all of you are doing very good. I am back again with another very interesting story for you all, and the name of today's story is The Wise Birds and the Foolish Birds. Let's begin with the story. So once upon a time there was a giant tree in the forest. So in the forest there was a very big tree. Many birds lived on this tree. The oldest and the wisest of them was their leader. So, on that tree, many birds lived, and the one who was the oldest of them was their leader. One day, the leader bird saw two branches of the tree rubbing against each other. So, one day, what happened? The old wise bird noticed that the tree in which they are living, the two branches of that trees were rubbing against each other. And if two branches rubs against each other, what might happen? The tree might catch fire. Due to rubbing of the branches, their spark will arise and that will cause fire. Okay, and the whole tree might get burnt. They were making wood powder which was falling down, and due to the constant rubbing of the branches, powders of wood were falling down on the ground. Then he noticed a tiny wisp of smoke rising from the rubbing branches. Then he saw a little bit of smoke was also rising from the branches that were rubbing. Why there was smoke? Because spark is forming, and if there is a fire, smoke will come out, right? He thought, there is no doubt they are about to start a fire that may burn down the whole forest. And he thought that there is no doubt that the tree will soon catch a fire, and this might burn the whole of the forest. See, the birds living in the tree and the two branches, when they rubs, what happens? Spark is formed due to the fire. Can you see? Come to the next page. The wise leader held a meeting with all the birds living on the giant tree. He told them, my dear friends, the tree we are living on is beginning to make a fire. So he called a meeting with all the other birds and said to them that the tree in which we are living will soon catch fire. I fear that this fire may destroy the whole forest. And if one tree catches fire, what will happen, children? The whole of the forest will eventually catch fire and the whole forest will get burnt. Therefore, it is dangerous to stay here. Let us leave this forest at once. He said, so it would be very dangerous if we stay here. So, it is advisable to you all to leave the forest as soon as possible. The wise birds agreed. See, the wise birds are flying away and some of the birds are still there sitting on the tree branches, and some of the birds are flying away. So let us see. The wise birds agreed to follow his advice, so they flew away to another forest, far away. The birds who were clever, who thought that the old bird is telling them the right thing, they thought, yes, we should fly away because the whole forest will soon catch fire. But the birds who were not wise said, the old leader gets easily scared. Why should we leave our comfortable homes that have always been safe? So The birds who were not wise, who were not so clever, or you can say the foolish birds, said that why should we leave our homes? This is our home and we shouldn't leave this. Previously, we haven't fell into any trouble. We had never been into any trouble. So, why should we leave such a comfortable home? And they stayed there, continued staying there. Okay? And they also said, let the scared ones go. Those who are scared, those who are not brave, let them go. We will stay here. We will be brave and keep faith on our tree. And they said that we are brave enough and we will keep faith on our tree. We will not go. See, the foolish birds are still sitting on the branches. Next, see. As feared by the wise old leader, the rubbing branches made sparks that fell on the dry leaves under the tree. And what happened? As the branches were constantly rubbing, the sparks that arise due to the rubbing of the branches fell down on the dry leaves under the tree. So we have seen under big trees that dry leaves fall off on the ground. So what happened? That spark fell down on the dry leaves. Soon those sparks turned into flames, and eventually what happened? Those sparks turned into flames and the giant tree caught fire. Obviously, if the leaves under the tree start burning, so the whole tree will catch fire. The foolish birds who still lived there got blinded and choked by the smoke. The birds who were still living on that tree, they got blinded. Due to the smoke, they couldn't see anything, and the smoke entered their lungs and their lungs got choked and they can't breathe. They were unable to breathe. Many of them could not escape, were burnt to death. So many of them who did not escape, who were unable to escape, were burnt to death. So if they had listened to the wise old bird, they wouldn't have faced such a bad situation. So what is the moral of the story? Those who ignore the advice of the wise do so at their own risk. So children, we have learned that we should listen to our elders. Why elders? Because they are more experienced than us. They are more wise than us, right? We should listen to them and follow their advice. Understood? Hope all of you have liked this story. If you like it, please hit the like button, and for more such stories, please go and subscribe my channel. Okay, and I have given 2 more links of my other 2 channel in the description box. You can go ahead and check them as well. Okay children, that's all for today. Do listen to your parents, do listen to your elders, and have a great day ahead. Bye bye for now.